Mr. Beans, yeah, I need to regenerate. I'm about to go off like I'm the Avatar state, and I can say.
So I just watched the very first episode of the Promised Neverland Season 2, and you may be thinking, damn, you're a day late, which means you automatically deserve to be banished to the outer reaches of Pangea. Well, actually, this video is being recorded a day before you guys actually see it. Almost all of my videos are recorded before the day it actually airs. Videos take time, damn it. But I did get a ton of you guys commenting on every video that exists on the channel asking why I'm not talking about the Promised Neverland, and I am, just a little bit later. And if you want more of the Promised Neverland videos, of course just keep supporting and I'll keep throwing them at you at supersonic speeds. So if this video does good, of course you could see more. There's also like a bunch of freaking new merch that just came in. If you haven't noticed, YouTube doesn't actually show you everything there is, but trust me, it's awesome. There will be more to come featuring your favorite anime characters, but make sure to check that out. It'll make everybody think that you're so hot. But the first episode of the Promised Neverland Season 2 was finally in front of us 2 years later. Honestly, I kind of got tired of waiting because I really loved the first season and I thought it was sort of ridiculous that it didn't release in January last year and got pushed to October, and then of course it got delayed further to now in January, which is understandable because of Corona, but you know it kind of should have been out before the pandemic anyway. And the first thing I have to say about the new content brought by the Promised Neverland Season 2 was the opening just did not hit as hard as the opening for Season 1. It's like I went back to go listen to the opening from Season 1 and I was like, no, this is just two completely different leagues. For some reason Season 1's opening was just way better. This sounds like an okay anime opening, but it was like with Season 1 it kind of gave the show its own sound, but it's still a good opening. It's just if the Promised Neverland Season 1 opening wasn't that good, I wouldn't be really comparing the two anyway. But the first episode showed us the children that escaped in Season 1 now in a forest with very tall trees compared to what they're used to. We see the children walking and talking for a moment until we see two footsteps, and then we finally see Ray, the best character of the series, Killua the second, standing right there, and I started clapping immediately. Yeah, sure, Emma's also right behind him, but yo, Ray the man himself right there. In this episode, we are told the objective of the main characters, and that is to come into contact with someone who goes by the name of William Minerva. To them, this person could be someone on their side, and with information left by Norman for them to see, we see secret messages and information to go find Minerva. Technology for the first time is looking pretty freaking futuristic compared to what we've seen, like Ray being given old pieces of technology from his mother. Of course, they had to drop this information before actually going into the action of the episode, which starts with a giant monster chasing after them, where Emma says to act like it's a game of tag. All that tag training sure came in handy for multiple situations. Some kid quickly falls down and my reaction was immediately that that kid totally was gonna die, but of course Emma is the emotional thinker of the three main characters, so she quickly grabs the little kid. Ray is of course meant to be the opposite of Emma, or at least was in Season 1, where he was completely a logical thinker rather than an emotional thinker, and Norman served as kind of the in-between. But now Ray says he'll make sure to save everyone since they're all a family. They also talk about how they all miss Norman, but during that whole scene where they talk about that, I just kept looking at the Ray and Norman clones just standing right there. The demon pursuers almost captured Ray since he was so exhausted from running away, and the story would have literally been over from there if it wasn't for two other demons who saved them? Question mark? Here's where the anime leaves you thinking, what the hell are they going to do with these kids? Now this was a good episode, however it wasn't an episode that made me go crazy. I think this series is just best binge watched rather than watching weekly. I just need the whole story thrown at me on screen. Speaking of of that, there were some people asking why they couldn't get to the other episodes. This show, like all the rest of the anime that airs on TV, is weekly, guys. It's one episode a week, and that's how all the episodes are scheduled at this time, meaning episode 2 of season 2 is scheduled for January 14th. If there's a delay that comes up for some reason, as they usually tend to do with most anime, I will most likely let you know. But of course, I want to thank you guys for watching today's video, and I would appreciate it if you left a like before you go. My name's Konjic, and I'll talk to you in the next video.
And I can say that I'm great, yeah, I can say that I'm perfect. I ain't the one that was out here saving lives, I was purchased. Now we about to take you out if you try to act toxic. I'ma send you straight up to my main man, Konjic.